Welcome back to week 2 of the Weekly Geek. If you've noticed, we've made a little bit of an adjustment to our set. We talked to some of our viewers from last week, and they, gave us their comments and said it was a little dark. There was too much going on the desk. My girlfriend, for instance, said it looked like the cup that I was holding was a carton of milk, so switched it up with a nice Marvel mug here. To get back onto the news, we wanted to focus primarily on Star Wars Episode 7 today. We had a couple notable people that we wanted to discuss with you and show with you. Lupita Nyong'o from 12 Years a Slave will be in Star Wars Episode 7, I'm guessing in a Jedi role. And then we have Gwendolyn Christie. For those of you who do not know Gwendolyn Christie, she is from HBO's Game of Thrones and plays Brienne of Tarth, pictured here. Series as Brienne of Tarth. Quite a big woman in that show. A show that we will be talking about at some point here on the Weekly Geek. Even though she has quite a large stature, I don't think we're going to see her as a Wookiee in this movie.
No, unfortunately not. But I can see her playing, maybe an assassin or even a bounty hunter in the upcoming film.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think I'm leaning more towards bounty hunter. I don't see her as a Jedi. I just don't get that feel from her. But of course, J.J. Abrams is quite the interesting director. We can see where that's going to head. Another notable actor that's going to be in Star Wars Episode 7 is Andy Serkis. Probably most notably known for Gollum or Smeagol from the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
And he's also known for playing Caesar in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
And that's one thing, I did take note of. I'm curious about. Andy Serkis has been in a lot of CGI movies. His face seems to get masked up a lot. I'm curious if we're actually going to see his face in Star Wars Episode 7. It's quite an ugly sight, but you never know. In Star Wars, there are some pretty horrific-looking people. And then next up, we have Oscar Isaac, known for The Bourne Legacy. And he's also up for the movie of Doctor Strange. That's definitely an actor I see that will be a Jedi, and I think he's going to have a pretty pronounced role in Star Wars Episode 7. Next up, we have a couple notable people that are returning from the original trilogy. We have Carrie Fisher reprising her role as Leia, Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and then a couple people that surprised me and quite frankly I thought were dead. Anthony Daniels will be coming back as C-3PO, Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca, and Kenny Baker as R2-D2.
I'm kind of glad, though, in a way, that they have all the original actors to come back. But, maybe a couple of them are a little too, past their age.
Yeah, and, that's the only thing they're known for is that old Star Wars trilogy. The one thing I do like about it is they're really going to bring the authenticity to the role. They know it better than anyone. They went through it for 10 years making the original trilogy, so I really think they're going to do a good job and maybe try and mentor the new people that are coming along in this Star Wars trilogy. Now, there's a couple of rumors coming out about who's going to be in Star Wars Episode 7, what the plot is going to look like. One rumor that stood out to me was the possibility of Jedi twins. Now, of course, we already have Luke and Leia Skywalker, but now they're thinking Jaina and Jason Solo. Now, Jaina and Jason Solo would be the children of Han Solo and Leia. I think, if the rumors are true, I think they're going to have quite the big role in this trilogy. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford are only signed on for the first movie. So if the rumors are true, I really feel like these twins could take on the rest of the trilogy and really will be the focal point.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what age they have the twins in, whether they be teenagers or adults, because that would be kind of interesting. If you have a kid Jedi, we haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the plot's going to be like. What I think is that Luke Skywalker is going to be really the head of returning the Jedi Order to what it used to be. I think he's going to have those twins possibly as his Padawans. And I think Leia is going to focus more on the diplomacy and try and get the galaxy back in order. That is one thing I wanted to talk about and stress about, though, is Mark Hamill returning as Luke Skywalker. He's got a lot of work to do. From this picture that we're about to show you, he looks terrible. He's been working out, as we found out, but it doesn't look like it's doing him much justice. He can't have a chubby Jedi, and it looks like he might need to do a little bit of plastic surgery. He's getting some skin blotches there, not looking too nice. Another thing I wanted to mention regarding Star Wars Episode 7 were a couple of the omissions from the movie. A couple that really stood out to me: Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian, someone who I really thought was going to be in this movie. I thought he could play, a pretty good role in it. Two, I'm happy that are left off the list: Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, and Frank Oz, the voice and puppeteer of Yoda. Now, I know Hayden Christensen and Frank Oz were in Episode 6 as Ghost Jedi, we can call them. I think for that movie, it was warranted, but I don't think it's needed in this upcoming movie.
To have a Ghost Jedi, that's a usual thing that you see in the films, but to have a Ghost Jedi throughout the entire movie just seems a little pointless because, the Order of the Jedi is now, in the balance with Luke Skywalker. He's the overseer of that. You just have Ghost Jedi to come to every now and then for advice. I guess it's alright, but to just have them as like the main characters just seems a little unnecessary.
And I feel like since Star Wars Episode 7 is based 30 years after Episode 6, you'd hope that Luke Skywalker has somewhat of an idea of what to do, how to bring back the Jedi Order. He doesn't really need to rely on these characters as much, because I feel like it's just going to be a low point in the film, and it's just not needed at all.
It's alright if he wants to go and talk to, the past Jedis like Yoda or his father once in a while, but, the way Man of Steel had Superman and had his ghost father every 20 minutes helping him out, that's when it gets unnecessary. When you just have a dead character just keep coming up, that's when it becomes unnecessary.
Yeah, that definitely slowed up Man of Steel, and I'm happy you mentioned Superman, because this week, DC, the Cinematic Universe, released a little bit of news, probably news they didn't want leaked, regarding Ray Fisher and Cyborg. Now, Ray Fisher knew that he was going to be cast in Justice League, but I guess someone didn't tell him at Warner Brothers that he will have his own standalone film. Now, Ray Fisher, an unknown actor, he's more of a Broadway actor in New York. He's pictured here. Now, I'm a little surprised that they chose Ray Fisher for such a big role. DC is well known. Warner Brothers has a lot at stake in these upcoming films. And to pick someone that's more of a Broadway actor is a little surprising to me.
Yeah, I guess Warner Bros. Has his reason for picking this actor. He hasn't been in anything. He hasn't been in any films, actually. But, it's interesting to see why they picked him. Like, maybe there's something that they saw in him that they could say, I can see this guy playing Cyborg. And, Cyborg is a great character. Many of you know Cyborg from, watching Teen Titans when you're younger. I personally love that show. I'm just a little more, I'm not worried. I'm just wondering why they chose Cyborg to be a member of the Justice League as opposed to having him star in a future Teen Titans film. Because, in Teen Titans he's very goofy and laid back. And in Justice League he's, more mature and more, he's not goofy. And, I'm just so used to that. But, he's only been a member of the Justice League in the DC Comics since 2009. But in Teen Titans he's been a member in the comics since 1980. So that's the reason that Zack Snyder, the director of Justice League, chose to have Cyborg star in his upcoming film.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well. I think they're gonna go more for a grittier film. At least I'm hoping so. I think Justice League, when it does come out, is gonna be really dark, and that's why when you mentioned that in Teen Titans, he's really laid back, a different kind of character. I'm really curious to see Ray Fisher because he's really an unknown to most people. Now, one thing I wanted to mention on the Marvel side, if for those of you who watch Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or those of you who don't, the first trailer for Avengers Age of Ultron will be this Tuesday. Starting at 9 o'clock is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. At some point, the first trailer for Age of Ultron will play during that show this upcoming week on Tuesday. Lastly, I just wanted to mention, or maybe admonish and thank the creators of NHL 15 and whoever is responsible for the update. I'm a big Rangers fan. I was very upset to see that for the first couple months of NHL 15, you guys had Derek Stepan as the captain of the New York Rangers. I'm finally happy that we have Ryan McDonough in there like he should. Now I'm playing more, and we got Anthony Duclair in there now, and I'm kicking ass online. But all right, that's it here for the Weekly Geek. We hope to see you next week. Stay tuned. Now, Jaina and Jason Solo would be the children of Han Solo and Leia. What? Oh, I forgot.
I was like, they're gonna notice that. They're most likely gonna notice that.
Now, I know from Game of Thrones, Gwendolyn Christie is quite the large woman, but I don't see her playing a Wookiee in Star Wars Episode 7. What do you think she's going to be playing?
I can see her as an assassin or maybe a bounty hunter because, you know, in Game of Thrones, she's a fighter, so I can see her playing some type of role where she is an attacker.
Yeah, you know, I don't really see her as a Jedi, per se. I just don't see her in that role. I think you're right. I think we're going to see her as a bounty hunter. What?
Let me stop. That's an attacker.
Attacker.
That's an attacker. I was like, damn it, I can't think of something. I'm not.
Another thing I wanted to mention regarding Star Wars Episode 7 was a couple of the omissions from this movie. We have I almost said Billy Ray Cyrus.